I showed you guys these in my last video, my thrifting video. I'm not really in the frame here, but I got these candlesticks from Aldi and I am absolutely loving it. I feel so fancy when I bake with my candles lit. And this is my other candle that I talked about that is kind of like, I mean, it's like old timey, like from, you know, the 1800s or something. And now I have 3 candles and they're just so pretty. And my friend just got me this, which is adorable. I don't even have honey yet, but she just got me this cute little honey jar. So anyway, this is my cute little tray. I just wanted to light some candles so we feel fancy, but we're gonna go bake some muffins. Let's go. Okay, so I started this new thing called Muffins in a Mystery where I talk about a mystery book that I read and we make muffins. I've done it twice now. And raise your hand if you were here for the successful muffins. Nope, nobody raised their hands. Because I made 2 kind of unsuccessful batches of muffins. Whoopsie. And a couple of you commented on the muffins. And at first, you know, natural human response would be, I'm offended. I can't believe someone would tell me I don't know how to make muffins. I'm 44 years old. I've been baking muffins since I was like 4. What do you mean? I don't know what I'm doing. But apparently I don't know what I'm doing. So I actually humbled myself and listened to what some of my sweet viewers said. And apparently I've been measuring the flour wrong my entire life. And I asked a bunch of my friends and most of them were also like, what? I don't measure flour like that either. Like they do it the same way I do. But then I talked to a couple and they were like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. And I asked my mom and she also said, yeah, you're not supposed to pack it in and you're not supposed to scoop it out. So what I do is I take my measuring cup and I scoop out the flour, you know, use the knife, make it level and then dump it in. And I know there's a lot of recipes that call for you sifting the flour, but I don't know. I used to have a flour sifter and then I think the first time I cleaned it and the flour got all clumpy because the flour that was in there got wet. And I was like, this is annoying. I'm not ever using this again. So then I think I got rid of it. So I don't have a flour sifter anymore. But I did learn, thanks to my 2 sweet helpers here on my channel, which I'm not actually mad. I'm sorry I was offended the first time. But I did learn from you guys. So we're going to try it the right way. We are going to make bakery style chocolate chip muffins today. I have about an hour and a half before I have to be somewhere. So I'm gonna try to make these. They cook for 30 minutes. They're supposed to be big, giant, fluffy chocolate chip muffins. I did not check if we have chocolate chips yet. I should probably go check. But we're gonna try to make these, throw this together real quick, and then I'll talk about my book that I've been reading this month. So this is gonna be a success. I absolutely feel it. So I found a recipe that I could link because Sally, I think, is the one who made this recipe for these muffins. I wanna be able to give her all the credit because I know these are gonna be amazing. So, no, and I'm gonna make sure I do it right. So let's get baking. All right, here we go. Isn't the ambiance just so nice with our candles? I love it. I forgot to tell you guys such amazing news. I bought a surprise for us, for me and for you. I got a giant muffin tin. This holds 24 muffins or cupcakes. And I just had to have this. I actually had one a few years ago and then, and it was awesome. I loved it. And then we moved into this house. When we first moved in here, it had a tiny itty bitty little Barbie dream house oven is what I called it. It's just a really small oven and this didn't fit. I was so sad because I loved this, like when we made cupcakes or muffins or whatever, and it wouldn't fit in my oven. So I held on to it for a while and I was like, this is dumb. We're not gonna, it was one of those that was built into the wall. So I was like, we're never gonna rearrange our kitchen, redo it or whatever, and I'm not gonna get a real oven. So I sold it at a garage sale to one of my friends. But anyway, she may watch this. She probably still has it. But I finally, about 5 years later, decided, why don't I just buy another one? They're not that expensive. So I just bought this the other day and I have already used it because last week I had to make 150 cupcakes for my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. I will put a picture here because they turned out so pretty and I worked really hard on them. And I also made a cake. One of them was a flop. The first one actually turned out terrible. I don't know what the deal was. Listen, I really am a good baker. Like the cupcakes were amazing, delicious, filled with strawberry filling, and then this yummy homemade buttercream icing. Everything was delicious. So I promise you, I really do know how to bake. But sometimes we mess up. And so I made the cake and this is what the cake looked like at first. And I was sad, and my sweet son comforted me when I was sad. And I was like, what do I do? The party was the next day, and I had this cake that would not let me ice it. Normally, my mother-in-law always is like, if you freeze it and then you ice it, you'll be fine. But I took it out of the freezer in the morning, and once I got to it, it was falling apart. That was sad. So this is part 2. So I went to Walmart that night because the party was the next day. And I bought 2 little white cakes, and I scraped all the icing off, and I filled it with strawberry filling, and I iced it myself, and I put all the cute decorations on. And for the most part, it was made by me. The cake itself was baked by Walmart, but it was a pinch. I had to do it. I had to do what I had to do. And nobody knew better until I told them afterwards, until I told all of you guys. So now everybody knows, so. Oh well. All right, so let's get our muffins made. So my point of my story is, I don't know, there's a reason why I was telling you that. I'm not sure. I think just because I baked a bunch of muffins in it last week, and I used this, so I know it works. It's awesome. Okay, it's really hot in here because the dishwasher is done. I'm like, all this hot water, hot air coming up. All right, 3 cups of flour. Let's do it right. Flour. Now this specifically says 3 cups of flour spooned and leveled. So that's what we're gonna try. I think what I'm supposed to do is 3 cups. So I'm gonna take my measuring cup, and instead of scooping it, I'm going to spoon it like so that it doesn't pack down in here. Did you guys, okay, listen, how many of you guys knew to do that? Am I the only one who didn't know that? Because maybe I am. So you're supposed to like level it. I should use a knife. I'll use a knife, so I'm doing it right. Level it, but you're not like packing it in. So there's 1. Did I do it right? I hope so. Do you think I did it right, Joe? Okay. Here's 2. Seems like it takes a lot longer, but the other one was putting too much flour in my muffins. So that was not good. There's the second one. Okay. We need 3 cups. I think we need 3 cups. It just seems a little tedious, and I tend to take shortcuts on stuff, so I guess I'll stop doing that, because you've got to have good muffins. I want to have those good, like, big bakery style muffins. I just spilled flour. Okay, I really, really want good muffins. Okay. Okay, nice and loose. How did I do? Give me a thumbs up if I'm doing a good job. We're gonna learn to do this the right way. Now let's do the other stuff. Got all of our liquidy ingredients mixed together here. They're nice and thick. Now we're gonna add sour cream, milk, and vanilla extract. So I never quite follow recipes all the way because sometimes it says stuff like, do this at room temperature, and then I'm like, whoopsie, I forgot to do that. Sour cream or yogurt, I'm gonna use Greek yogurt. 1/3 cup. Okay. Put this in here, make sure I'm measuring right. So she said the key is the sour cream. Keeps it moist, maybe? We will see. 1 cup of milk. That was 1/3 cup. I already have this yucky. So I don't have milk right now. So I'm gonna use almond milk, and hopefully it won't make a big difference. Is this almond milk? Yeah, 1. We're gonna do 1 cup, so I'm doing 3 of these 1/3 cups. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't make a big difference. And then vanilla extract. Extract is 1 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon. So we'll do 2 of these guys. 1, 2. And we will mix it all up, and then we get to add it to the dry ingredients. Okay. I have a problem. Now I know I promised you this was gonna be, I'm using a tiny little whisk, so it looks like my hand's in here. I know I promised you guys that this was gonna be perfect, and I was gonna follow the directions exactly, so we didn't make any mistakes, but Well, I already messed up because I didn't have real milk, but I think it'll be okay. We'll see. But the other thing is, you know how these are chocolate chip muffins? I don't have much for chocolate chips. I just assumed we did. That's something that like I keep on hand, but I keep them in this jar. See this? It's like a Aldi, you know, juice jar. Well, usually it's full of chocolate chips, but I have some kids who like to put chocolate chips in their like yogurt in the morning, and then they don't tell me that it's almost out. So we're gonna see how much we can get. All right, so this says, pour these in with the dry and fold together. Don't whisk. I'd really rather use this. I'm just gonna use this and go slow. Okay. Roll this in. It says to fold in the chocolate chips. So let's see if we have enough. Do you guys think we'll have enough? Okay, I found, I have a little bit of mini chocolate chips. I'm so sad. I really wanted these to be chocolate chips, but that's what happens when kids live with you. Okay, so we're supposed to do 1.5 cups. That's not even half. I did find dark chocolate chips. Okay, these are really big, dark chocolate chips. Okay, so that's not quite enough. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use M&Ms. We had an ice cream bar when friends were over recently, and we have some M&Ms left. Do you think that'll work? That's all I have. That's like all I have. And all that is 1 cup. So these won't be quite as cool. Maybe they'll be amazing. Maybe they'll be better. Look at that party in there. Isn't that fun? Okay, so we're gonna just mix this up. It should still be good. I've never put M&Ms in muffins before. I put them in cookies, but I've never put them in muffins, but maybe they'll be amazing, you know? Let's get these in the cupcake liners. I got some of these gold cupcake liners from my in-laws anniversary party the other day, so we're gonna use these guys and be fancy. Supposed to make 6 jumbo muffins or 15 standard muffins, so we'll see if we can get 15 out of this. Now the other thing she says is to make sure you fill the muffin tins all the way full, and then you get that big, like, hold on, 4, 12, 13, 14. You get that big, like, bakery muffin. So normally they tell you to fill it like half full or 3/4 full, but we're gonna fill it all the way because that's what she said to do. Let's get this guy full, see how we do. It's a real thick batter. They are all full, super, super full. See that? So now we are supposed to bake them. Here is the difference, okay? Bake them at 425. Oh, okay, good. I thought I didn't set it to 425. Bake them at 425. I'm going to catch my paper on fire. For 5 minutes, and then keep the muffins in the oven, reduce the oven to 350, and continue to bake for 25 to 26 minutes. That sounds interesting. So let's go do 425 for 5 minutes first. I'm gonna clean up my mess here, and then we'll talk about our book. So everything's in the oven now, so we can talk about my book. So the book that I started last month is, I don't have the physical book because I decided to do it on my Kindle, which I showed you guys last time that I got a new Kindle, and I wanted to try to read on that. And I was hoping it was gonna help me read more, and so the book that I got is called Matter of Trust. I don't know if I can pull up the picture on here. I don't think I can. But I'll put a picture of the book right here. It's called Matter of Trust. Ooh, our 5 minutes is up. Hold on. I started reading A Matter of Trust by Lisa Weil. W-I-E-L or W-E-I-L. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've never read anything by her before. So the cover looked really cool. The storyline sounded really cool. So here's what I thought so far. I'm not done yet. I will tell you that. The book itself has been so good. It's my favorite thing about mysteries, which is why I do this whole muffins in a mystery thing, is because I like the edge of your seat. I like when we get to the action right away, and it just pulls me in and keeps me wanting to read and keeps me wanting to listen if I'm doing an audiobook or whatever. But I love the action part of it. This book got you right away. I mean, it talks about in the back of the book, so this is not a spoiler at all. She's on, this is I think they're probably about my age, my guess. They're in their 40s. I don't know, because they have like both have teenage children, I think. Anyway, two 40-year-old moms that have been coworkers and best friends for a while. They're on the phone with each other and sorting through things, and she's sorting through things in her basement, and she's sorting through things in her basement, and they're just talking, and they're talking about I think they're both prosecuting attorneys or something like that, DA, something like that. And they both work for that same office. Anyway, they're talking about this really difficult case that they've been facing, and next thing you know it, the one friend, this friend hears a really loud noise, and this friend stops talking. And she's like, hey, calling her name, like, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, why aren't you answering me? And then she can hear sounds they describe, like gurgling, stuff like that, because she's just been shot. So then she gives the phone to her teenage son, and she runs to her friend's house. I don't think that's a spoiler. Sorry. I don't think it is. But anyway, so, and that pulls her son into it. And then she's got the mom guilt of like, I've got to go see my friend, but I need you to keep listening on the phone. And so the whole like first couple chapters is all this like, oh my goodness, what in the world? What is happening? It was really good. It was really edge of your seat. I really liked it. I was very surprised how interesting it was. And I didn't want to put it down. I kept reading. So I'm not quite done with the book yet. So I will try in the next couple days to finish it up, and I will do I'll do a little check-in at the end of this video. But I want to make muffins today I'm gonna eat a muffin while I'm sitting here reading. It's been really good so far. It's really interesting. There's a lot. The one friend who heard all this happen that was on the phone has recently lost her husband. He I think died in a car accident. And so she's got a teenage son, and she's got a daughter that struggles with like night terrors, which was interesting because I have one kid that has struggled with night terrors, and I've never heard about that in a book. And that is a scary thing. And so the daughter has this crazy night terror in the book. And I don't know, that was weird because I was like, whoa, like the way he was describing it, or she was describing it, I was like, whoa, I knew exactly what that was. Have you guys ever had a kid that did that? It's like, it's way beyond nightmares. Like a nightmare is one thing, but this is like where you can't get the kid out of it. You can't wake them up, and you can't get them to snap out of it. And it is so hard. Anyway, it's a scary thing as a mom because you don't know how to like get them out of it. But they talk about that in the book too. So anyway, it's really interesting. She's trying to decide how much of this workload to take on. She wants to try to solve her friend's case, but she also was guilted by wanting to finish this other case that her and her friend were actually talking about. And I don't know. So it's got a lot of like the law aspect of it. I used to love that show, Law and Order. So it's got a lot of that where it's like, you hear the detective work and the mystery part of it, but you also hear the law side of it too, which I find very fascinating too. So anyway, so far so good. I'm loving it. I will let you guys know when I finish it what I thought. But so far, love this author. I am surprised. I've seen her at the library and bookstores and stuff so many times, but I just didn't know enough about her, so I didn't try it. But she's great. So keep trying other Christian authors. You never know what you're going to find. So I think we have about 16 minutes left on the muffins. So I'm going to read for a little bit, and then we'll check them out. Okay, the oven just beeped. Let's check it out. Ooh, those look good. Kind of fun with the M&Ms. Check them out. Okay, this guy is one of the biggest, so let's check him out. Perfect. Amazing. Okay, the moment of truth is here. Here's our muffin. Okay, nice and big and fluffy. It's a little colorful from the M&Ms. We'll see if we recommend adding M&Ms instead of chocolate chips, but you do what you gotta do. They're still really hot. Okay, but it looks good. Looks like a good, big, fluffy muffin. Let's try. Do you guys think this is gonna be amazing? It's got a lot of nice, I'm not gonna eat a piece this big, but all the chocolate chips inside. Can you guys see? I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna drop it on the floor if I try to show you. Okay, let's try a little bite. See the steam? Delicious. So apparently measuring really does make a difference, the way you measure. I just never knew that. This is like a muffin you'd get at a bakery. It's so good. Look at the inside. Super good. Yay. I'll be back in a day or two to let you guys know how the book ended up, but I'm loving it. It's super good. I'm back. I finally finished my book last night. Yay! I'm so proud of myself. It was really good. I finished it on my Kindle last night at like 11:30 or something, and I was so excited, but I was too tired and already in my jammies and didn't want to do a video last night. Everybody else was sleeping. So anyway, I would definitely recommend this book. I loved it. I would give it 5 stars, I think. I'm going to say 5 stars. I actually told my oldest daughter that I think she should read it because I think she'd really enjoy it. I think it didn't have anything questionable in it. Let me tell you about some of my favorite parts. So one thing that I mentioned before that I really liked was the law and order aspect of it, which I really think is cool. The cool part was it had 2 different cases that she was working on and trying to solve. So that was neat. Sometimes a book can have like too much going on and then you're like getting confused between the people and the plot and whatever if there's too much going on. But this wasn't like that. As long as you keep the characters straight, you're fine. But no, it was really good. She did have this, there was a guy that is a police officer that was like assigned to the case to work with her, and they like were butting heads. She wasn't really thrilled with him. It really seemed like it was going to be like this, they don't like each other first. What is it called? Enemies to lovers kind of romance thing. So I thought they would end up having this like romance, but it never really became anything. I thought there was going to be this relationship happening, and it didn't happen. So, which is fine. Honestly, maybe there's something wrong with me. I am not a big romance reader. I like the action. I would probably like adventure books. I like mystery. I think it's nice when there's a little storyline of romance, but honestly, this is like not related to this book, but I did read a book earlier this month. I started reading, I can't think of what it's called. I'll just put it right here so you can see. I started listening to it as an audiobook, and it was really good. Like every time I got in the car, I was listening to it. Anytime I was by myself without the kids. It was about a tornado that ripped through this town, but at the same time, they were also solving, I don't remember if they were solving a murder. I think it was more just trying to find people from this tornado. So it was really interesting. The tornado part was interesting, but most of the storyline was this romance between this man and this woman, and I don't know. I got bored after a while. I'm like, okay, great. Okay, you like each other. Great. Woo. Like in the beginning, I guess I thought it was good. I don't know. Are you guys like that? Or do you guys like love romance? I know there's some people. What's her name? Oshina got to read them all. I watch her book videos sometimes because she reads Christian books a lot. And she loves romances, but I just I've got to have the other stuff. Otherwise it's just like, okay, I don't know. Like the lovey-dovey stuff is just not my thing. So I was fine. Anyway, this book was fine. I actually didn't finish it because I got bored with it. I was kind of like, okay, I can't remember if they found the people that were missing from the tornado thing, but it was just so much of the feelings and he's so blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, so much detail about his hand brushed my cheek. Nothing bad, but just okay, I don't know. It's not my thing. Okay, let's move on to this one with the gun on the front. That's my kind of thing. Anyway, I got issues. So it didn't have, I don't think it really had any romance, but I was fine with that. But a lot of these Christian murder mystery books do have a little bit of a side plot of romance. So anyway, but the actual plot was really good. The 2 cases that she was trying to work on, obviously both got solved by the end. It was a twist. The one wasn't necessarily totally shocking, but the other one was a big twist. And the way it happened, I was very oh my goodness. And I was reading on my Kindle, which absolutely love, totally love. was such a good purchase. But I felt like I almost read faster or something. I don't know why, but it was like, just clicking, like, okay, let me just one more page. Oh, I just got to the other chapter. Oh, let me do another chapter. Boop, boop, boop. And anyway, before I knew it, I was finished. So really good book. I loved this book. It was really, really good. And I think earlier in the video, I said her name wrong. Who can pronounce this for me and tell me how to say it? Liz Wheel. I'm assuming she's from somewhere else. I don't know how to say it, so I do apologize. Liz, or is it Liz? I don't think it's Liz. How do you say it? Let's see. She's Harvard Law graduate. Oh, that's why. Best-selling author, Harvard Law graduate, former federal prosecutor. That's interesting. Oh, she's that's interesting. I didn't know this. It says a popular legal analyst and commentator for Fox News Channel. Will appears on The O'Reilly Factor and hosts her own weekly radio program, Legal Liz, whatever her name is. I'll have to, so I can probably look it up and see what her name is. But I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. It's a little different. I think I called her Lisa because I was thinking there was an A there. But anyway, I would give this 5 stars. It was a super good book. I'm excited that I finished it. I will let you guys know. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on our Muffins and a Mystery, or if we just do what we read this month. But if you like this, do you guys like the Muffins and a Mystery, or is it just like, would you rather not watch me cook and you'd rather just hear about books? You can let me know in the comments as long as you're nice. Just don't yell at me and tell me this was a really lame, dumb video. I'm a little fragile sometimes. But let me know if you do like this. I'll keep doing it. And I am encouraging my daughter to hopefully read. I mean, she's got a big workload being a sophomore in high school, and she's playing basketball. So she doesn't have any free time, and she's working. So she doesn't have any free time to read. So she's honestly not reading anything that's not being assigned right now. But I would love for her to join my videos again. So hopefully, things will slow down a little bit and she can maybe join me soon. But otherwise, you're stuck with me. So if you are a busy mom or a busy dad or a busy single person and you just don't have the time, or you don't read fast, or whatever it is, and you need some encouragement, then I'm here, because I am, it's real. The best I'm going to do probably is 1 book a month, and that's all I can do. And that's all I have time for, and that's fine. So we don't have to read our entire bookshelf in 1 month. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to check the link in the description box so you can make those muffins, and let me know if they turned out with, I'm assuming, what would be chocolate chips and not M&Ms. But they were good. I liked them, but I will try again. If you have a good recipe for me for next time, drop the link in the description box. Maybe I'll just start making you guys' recipes. Give me a good recipe for muffins, some sort of really good muffin. Let me either send me the link or just somehow get me the recipe, and I'll try you guys' recipes. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Okay, thanks for being here. I'll stop rambling. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.